Hey everyone, welcome back to the show. Building healthy habits.
Right.
Something we all struggle with.
Oh, yeah.
So today we're diving into this really fascinating NIH article.
Okay.
It's called Creating Healthy Habits.
Mhm.
And it really breaks down the science behind making those changes that, actually last.
Yeah.
And, let's be real for a second.
Right.
Sticking to those New Year's resolutions or even just like trying to eat more veggies can feel sometimes like a total uphill battle.
Oh, yeah. It's really hard.
But this research has some seriously cool insights into how our brains work and how we can actually rewire ourselves for, success.
Absolutely. And this article really digs into some really fascinating research on habits and why they're so tough to break.
Okay.
And, one key point is this concept of delay discounting,
Delay discount.
which helps explain why we sometimes choose that instant gratification over the long-term benefits.
Ooh, delay discounting. That sounds kind of intense. So what exactly does that mean?
So it's basically the idea that our brains tend to overvalue those immediate rewards,
Right.
even when we know that a delayed reward is better for us in the long run.
Okay.
So think about choosing to sleep in versus hitting the gym.
Ah, yeah.
That snooze button offers that immediate reward of that comfy sleep,
Right.
while those benefits of exercise, well, they're delayed.
I definitely relate to that struggle.
Yeah.
Any tips for how we can overcome this delay discounting thing?
For sure. One powerful technique is something called episodic future thinking.
Episodic future thinking.
Yeah. And it's about really vividly imagining those positive future experiences that come with making those healthier choices.
Yeah.
It's not just like abstractly knowing that exercise is good for you.
Right.
It's about picturing yourself feeling energized after that workout, rocking those jeans that you want to fit into,
Oh, yeah.
Even like visualizing your future self, thanking you for making those healthy choices.
Yeah.
Ooh, I like that. Okay. So instead of like focusing on the immediate discomfort of getting up early to work out,
Yeah.
I should focus on that feeling of accomplishment I'm going to have after the workout, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
By tapping into those positive emotions that are associated with that future reward, we make it feel, more tangible and motivating.
Right.
And it's
Yeah.
like tricking our brains to prioritize those long-term benefits.
I love that. It makes so much sense. Now, the article also talks about becoming aware of our habits,
Yes.
particularly those pesky autopilot moments.
Right. Like those, mindlessly snacking in front of the TV situation.
Exactly.
Recognizing those patterns and understanding what triggers them is a really crucial first step.
Okay.
And the article suggests, keeping a journal or like mental notes to help pinpoint those triggers.
You're right.
And once you know what sets those habits into motion, you can start to, interrupt them and make different choices.
Yeah.
Speaking of making different choices, I was struck by the article's emphasis on small, achievable goals.
Yeah.
It feels way less overwhelming than trying to like overhaul everything overnight.
Absolutely. And the article suggests starting with, simple things.
Okay.
Like changing your route to avoid that tempting vending machine at work,
Oh, yeah.
or prepping healthy snacks ahead of time
Okay.
so they're readily available when cravings strike.
Right.
It's all about making the healthy choice the easiest choice.
That reminds me of a time I was trying to drink more water,
Mm-hmm.
and I started carrying a reusable water bottle everywhere with me.
Oh, nice.
And it made such a difference. Like
Yeah.
just having it readily available made it so much easier to like reach for the water instead of a sugary drink.
Exactly. That's a perfect example of how small adjustments can really shift our behavior.
Yeah.
Another tip the article highlights is the power of social support.
Okay.
Like surround yourself with people who share your health goals. Or even just encourage your healthy choices. It can make a world of difference.
That makes sense. I've noticed when like my friends are all getting into a certain fitness routine or something,
Mm-hmm.
it motivates me to join in.
Yeah.
It's like this built-in accountability.
And accountability is key. The article points out that we're social creatures,
Right.
And we tend to mirror the behaviors of those around us.
Oh, yeah.
So if you want to stick to those healthier habits, find your tribe.
Love it. Speaking of sticking to those habits, what about those inevitable moments when we slip up?
Mm-hmm.
Like, let's be real. Sometimes that pizza craving just wins.
It happens.
What does the article suggest for navigating those setbacks?
It really emphasizes the importance of planning.
Okay.
Like, try to anticipate those potential derailers
Okay.
and come up with strategies to overcome them before they happen.
Gotcha.
So, if you tend to crave sugary treats after dinner,
Mm.
have like a healthy dessert option, like prepped and ready to
All
go.
right.
If stress eating is like your thing,
Right.
brainstorm a list of relaxing activities that you can turn to instead.
So it's like having a game plan for those moments of weekend.
Exactly. It's about setting yourself up for success
Yeah.
and recognizing that like setbacks are a normal part of the process.
Totally. Okay. I'm feeling like way more empowered to tackle those habits.
Oh, good.
But, motivation can be such a fickle thing.
Oh, yeah.
One day we're all in, the next day we're ready to just like throw in the towel.
Totally.
So how do we keep that motivation fire burning?
The article dives into this as well, and it talks about the power of self-monitoring
Okay.
or tracking your progress.
Right.
Whether it's keeping a food journal, logging your workouts, or even just like mentally noting your choices, that feedback loop can be super motivating.
I can see how that would work.
Yeah.
It's like having that constant reminder of like how far you've come, and it keeps you focused on those goals.
Right. And studies have actually shown that people who track their progress are more likely to succeed in maintaining their healthy habits.
So accountability to ourselves is just as important as that accountability to our friends.
Absolutely. It's all about staying connected to our goals
Yeah,
and recognizing those positive changes that we're making.
I love it. It's amazing to think that by making these changes, like we're actually rewiring our brains.
Right.
I remember learning about neuroplasticity in a psychology class like years ago,
Yeah.
but I never really connected it to like habit formation.
It's a fascinating concept, isn't it?
Yeah.
Every time we, engage in a new behavior or thought pattern,
Mm.
we're strengthening those neural pathways. It's like building a muscle. The more we use it, the stronger it gets.
So even though like our brains are wired for that instant gratification,
Yeah.
we can actually train them to like prioritize those long-term goals.
Exactly. It takes time and effort. But with consistency, we can literally like reshape our brains for success.
That's so empowering. Okay, the article also talks about the importance of like our environment,
Mm-hmm.
in shaping our habits.
Yeah,
It makes sense that like our surroundings can influence our choices.
absolutely. I mean, think about it. If you're constantly bombarded with like tempting treats
Right.
or unhealthy cues, it's going to be a lot harder to resist.
Right.
The article suggests, making those healthy choices the most visible and accessible.
So like if I'm trying to cut back on snacking, I should probably move that bowl of candy off my desk.
Exactly. Out of sight, out of mind.
Right.
Stock your fridge with, pre-cut veggies and fruit. Have your workout gear ready to go by the door.
Yeah.
Make those healthy choices the easy choices.
Those are great practical tips. But what about those tempting triggers that are like outside of our control?
Right.
Like, those office donuts everyone seems to gather around.
Oh, yeah. That's where that planning comes in.
Right.
If you'll be, facing a tempting situation, like have a strategy in place.
Wow.
Maybe pack a, healthy snack so you're not as tempted by those donuts.
Okay.
Or like plan a walk with a coworker during break time instead of heading to the break room.
It's like we're like secret agents, like anticipating those danger zones and coming up with our escape routes.
I love that analogy. It's about being, prepared and empowered to make choices that align with your goals.
I love it. Okay, let's talk about another big challenge when it comes to healthy habits.
Mm-hmm.
Stress.
Oh, yeah.
I know when like I'm feeling overwhelmed, all those good intentions just they kind of fly out the window.
Stress is definitely a major saboteur
Right.
when it comes to healthy choices.
Yeah.
When we're stressed, our bodies release cortisol, which is a hormone that can increase cravings for those comforting but often unhealthy foods.
Ah. So that explains why I find myself reaching for that bag of chips, when deadlines are looming.
It's a natural response, but the key is to develop healthier ways to manage that stress.
Okay.
The article mentions techniques like exercise, spending time in nature, and practicing relaxation techniques such as deep breathing.
Those are all great ideas.
Mhm.
I personally find that yoga is a fantastic way to de-stress and reconnect with my body. What about you? Do you have any go-to stress busters?
I'm a big fan of meditation. Even just like a few minutes of mindful breathing can make a huge difference in calming my mind
Yeah.
and shifting my perspective.
I love that. It's so important to find those tools that work for you.
For sure.
Okay, now shifting gears a bit, let's talk about a specific healthy habit that many of us struggle with.
Okay.
Getting enough sleep.
Ah, yes. Sleep is so crucial for our physical and mental health,
Yeah.
yet so many of us are chronically sleep deprived. It's often those seemingly small choices throughout the day that can, impact our sleep quality.
Like scrolling through social media in bed. Guilty as charged.
I hear you. That blue light emitted from our devices can actually suppress melatonin production, which makes it harder to fall asleep.
So like creating a relaxing bedtime routine is key, right?
Absolutely. Establishing a consistent sleep schedule, going to bed and waking up around the same time each day is super helpful.
Even on weekends.
I know, it can be a challenge.
Yeah.
But our bodies thrive on routine.
Okay.
And by maintaining that consistency, we're strengthening our natural circadian rhythm.
Okay. Okay. I'm willing to give it a try. Any other tips for creating that sleep sanctuary?
Think dark, quiet, and cool.
Okay.
Make sure your bedroom is conducive to sleep.
Okay.
Blackout curtains, a white noise machine, and comfortable bedding can all help.
It's like creating a cozy little sleep cave.
And-
What about those of us who find it hard to like switch off our brains at night?
Incorporating those relaxing activities into your evening routine can really help.
Okay.
A warm bath, reading a book, or gentle stretching can, signal to your body that it's time to unwind.
Those are great suggestions.
Yeah.
I'm already feeling more relaxed just thinking about it.
Good.
Okay, let's move on to another essential aspect of healthy living,
Okay.
nutrition.
Yes.
It's such a big topic with so much information out there.
Right.
Like, where do we even begin?
It can definitely feel overwhelming.
Yeah.
But one principle that most experts agree on is focusing on whole, unprocessed foods.
So fruits, veggies, whole grains, lean proteins.
Exactly. Those foods are packed with nutrients and fiber, which are, essential for our bodies to function optimally.
But let's be real. Those processed foods they're everywhere,
Everywhere.
and they can be so tempting.
I know.
So how do we resist?
It's about being mindful of our choices.
Okay.
Start by reading food labels and becoming aware of those hidden sugars, unhealthy fats, and excessive sodium.
I'm definitely guilty of not paying close enough attention to those labels.
Yeah.
It's easy to get like tricked by those healthy sounding claims.
It's a marketing minefield out there.
It really is.
Remember, small changes can make a big difference. Swap out sugary drinks for water or unsweetened tea. Choose whole grain bread over white bread and opt for baked or grilled foods instead of fried.
Those are great tips. It's about making those swaps gradually
Yeah.
and finding healthy options that you actually enjoy.
Absolutely. Healthy eating shouldn't feel like deprivation.
Right.
It's about, nourishing your body with delicious and wholesome foods.
Speaking of nourishment, the article mentions mindful eating.
Yes.
What exactly does that mean?
It's about bringing awareness to the experience of eating. Slow down, savor each bite, engage your senses, and pay attention to your body's cues of hunger and fullness.
So instead of mindlessly scarfing down lunch at my desk,
Right.
I should actually like sit down and enjoy my meal.
Exactly. It's about being present with your food, appreciating the flavors and textures, and listening to your body's signals.
I love that. It sounds like a great way to like improve my relationship with food and make more conscious choices.
It is. And it can also help you identify those emotional triggers that might be driving you to overeat or reach for those less healthy options.
Right. Like if I'm feeling stressed or bored, I'm definitely more likely to reach for those comfort snacks.
Exactly.
Okay, let's talk about one final piece of the healthy habit puzzle.
Yeah.
Physical activity.
Yes. Regular exercise is crucial for our physical and mental health.
Mm.
It helps us maintain a healthy weight, reduces our risk of chronic diseases, boosts our mood, improves our sleep, and so much more.
It's like the ultimate multitasker. But with our busy schedules, it can be hard to find the time
I know.
or even the motivation to get moving.
I hear that, but remember, even small amounts of activity can make a difference.
Okay.
Incorporate movement into your daily routine. Take the stairs instead of the elevator. walk or bike instead of driving, or simply stand up and stretch every hour.
Those are great reminders. It's about finding those little opportunities to move our bodies throughout the day.
Yes.
What about those of us who aren't exactly gym enthusiasts?
You don't have to be a gym rat to reap the benefits of exercise.
Right.
Find activities that you enjoy. Maybe it's dancing, hiking, swimming, or playing a sport.
Yeah.
Make it fun and you'll be more likely to stick with it.
That's great advice.
Yeah.
I've been meaning to try that new dance class in my neighborhood.
Oh, nice.
Maybe this is the sign I needed.
There you go. And remember, consistency is key. Aim for at least 30 minutes of moderate intensity exercise most days of the week.
Okay, 30 minutes a day. I can do that. Any tips for staying motivated and actually sticking to a workout routine?
Scheduling your workouts like you would any other important appointment can be really helpful.
Treating it like a non-negotiable meeting with myself. I like that.
I like that too. And finding an exercise buddy can also be a game changer.
Yeah.
Having someone to, sweat it out with can make it more fun and help you stay accountable.
Accountability buddies are the best. I'm
Sure.
gonna call my friend who's always talking about joining a yoga studio.
Perfect.
Maybe we can motivate each other.
I love that. And remember, start with small, achievable goals. Don't try to overhaul your entire routine overnight.
So instead of trying to run a marathon tomorrow, maybe I'll start with a brisk walk around the block.
Exactly. It's about celebrating those small victories and building momentum over time.
This is such great advice. I'm already feeling more inspired to get moving. It's funny how we often think of exercise as like a purely physical thing.
Yeah. But it's so much more than that. You're absolutely right. The mental benefits of exercise are incredible.
Yeah.
It's like a natural mood booster,
Right.
helping to reduce, stress, anxiety, and even symptoms of depression.
I definitely feel that way. Like whenever I'm feeling like overwhelmed or down,
Mm-hmm.
a good workout always seems to help clear my head
Yeah.
and lift my spirits.
There's a whole body of research that backs that up.
Yeah.
Exercise releases endorphins, which are like those feel-good chemicals that can have a profound impact on our mental state. It's like nature's own antidepressant.
I love that. So we've talked about sleep, nutrition, and exercise.
Yeah.
Are there any other key healthy habits we should be thinking about?
One that's often overlooked but just as important is stress management, as we touched upon earlier. Chronic stress can really undermine our best efforts to live healthier lives.
It's like a silent saboteur,
Yes.
quietly wreaking havoc on our minds and bodies.
Exactly. Learning how to manage stress effectively is crucial for overall well-being.
The article mentions techniques like mindfulness, meditation, and deep breathing exercises.
Yeah.
Have those been helpful for you in managing stress?
Absolutely. Mindfulness is about paying attention to the present moment without judgment, which can be incredibly grounding when I'm feeling stressed.
Okay.
Meditation has also been a game changer for me.
Yeah.
It helps me cultivate a sense of inner peace and calm.
Right.
And deep breathing exercises are a great way to quickly shift my state when I'm, feeling anxious or overwhelmed.
It's like having a toolkit of stress-busting techniques
Right.
at your disposal.
Exactly. And it's about finding what works best for you.
Yeah.
Some people find solace in, spending time in nature, listening to music or engaging in creative activities.
Right.
The key is to have those healthy outlets to turn to when stress inevitably arises.
It's about nurturing, like our whole selves.
Yes.
Mind, body, and spirit.
I couldn't agree more. Now, shifting gears a bit, let's talk about the role of social connections in supporting our healthy habits.
I've definitely noticed that having like supportive friends and family
Mm-hmm.
makes it so much easier to stick to those goals.
Social connections are incredibly important for our well-being.
Right.
They provide a sense of belonging, support, and purpose.
Mm-hmm.
And studies show that people who have strong social connections tend to live longer, healthier lives.
That makes sense. So how can we actively cultivate those connections?
It's about being intentional.
Okay.
And prioritizing those relationships.
Yeah.
Make an effort to connect with loved ones regularly.
Right.
Whether it's, through phone calls, video chats, or in-person visits.
Right.
Join a club or group that aligns with your interests.
Yeah.
Volunteer in your community, or simply strike up conversations with people you encounter in your daily life.
Sometimes just a simple smile or hello can make someone's day
Yeah,
and brighten your own.
absolutely. Those small acts of kindness can ripple outward and create a more positive and connected community.
Okay, so we've covered a lot of ground today. We've explored the science behind habit formation,
Mm-hmm.
learned practical strategies for creating lasting change,
Right.
and delved into the interconnectedness of sleep, nutrition, exercise, stress management, and social connections.
It's been a truly deep dive into the fascinating world of healthy habits.
It's inspiring to think that we have the power to shape our own well-being through our daily choices.
And remember, it's not about being perfect. It's about progress, not perfection.
Yeah.
Start small, be kind to yourself, and celebrate those small victories along the way.
Those are words to live by.
Hmm.
So as we wrap up this deep dive,
Yeah.
I want to leave our listeners with a simple but powerful question.
Okay.
What's one small step you can take today to move towards a healthier and happier you?
And remember, you are not alone on this journey.
Right.
There are countless resources available to support you, including healthcare professionals, online communities, and even this podcast.
Right.
We're all here cheering you on every step of the way.
Well, we believe in you.
Mm-hmm.
Until next time, keep learning, keep growing, and keep striving for that best, healthiest version of yourself. You got this.